It is May the 21st, and the Brentford Public Library Board meeting is now in session. Colleen, could you do the roll call, please? May the 21st, and the Brentford Public Library Board meeting is now in session.
Sorry. Okay, roll call. My roll call's not coming up. Here we go. All right. Chair Tracy Stevens,
Present?
Councillor Labrie,
Present.
Jane Donnelly,
Present.
Lauren Davidson,
Present.
Donna Clark,
Present.
and Heather is absent. We have quorum.
Thank you. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history, and we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Honoring the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples is one of the 94 calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report. To do this properly, we encourage everyone to learn more about the lands we call home, as we all have a role to play in reconciliation. Okay, moving on in our agenda. Does anyone have a conflict of interest this evening? None noted. Thank you. I would like to have a confirmation of the agenda, but I would also like to recommend an amendment. I would like to amend it so that we can approve the May 15th First Aid Training Day. So could that be added, please, Colleen?
Sure. We can add that. I don't see that on the agenda, but yes, we will add that.
Thank you. Thank you. So could I have a motion that the Renfrew Public Board approve the regular board meeting minutes from April the 15th?
Second.
Jane and Donna, thank you. Is there any discussion items, any ideas? Anything anyone wants to share? None noted.
Everybody in favor?
Is everybody in favor?
Carried.
Thank you. Okay, next, financial statement. I would like to have someone make a motion that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the financial statement as presented.
I so move.
Thank you, Donna and Jane. Are there any questions, or anybody have anything they want to query or talk about?
This is including the period 13 statement.
Yes.
No, the period 13, I think, is a separate agenda.
Is it a separate item? No? All right.
What is the date of the financial statements? Were they as of the end of?
So the,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, it's in April for the financial statement, and then it's the period 13, 2023 for period 13.
Okay, so all in favor as the financial statement without the period 13 report? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the period 13 report. There is a motion to accept the unaudited 2023 period 13 statement for the Renfrew Public Library as presented. Can I have a motion? I'm sorry.
We got to.
Wait, okay, great.
And
Thank
we
you.
need a seconder.
Thank you. A seconder. Thank you, Jane. I know we had some questions and ideas and thoughts last time.
I do.
Great. Thanks, Jane.
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify On the year-end adjustments, I just noticed that all the books and periodicals and computer supplies have been taken off the statement. I'm assuming that means that they are now being capitalized and amortized. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's a new policy, right? Now that we have a new CEO.
So I'm not sure how it's gonna play out, because generally the auditors want to capitalize it, but we don't.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
that's always how it's gonna end up
Mhm.
looking in the end, I'm not sure.
Okay,
But yes.
okay.
Why is the library not on the books?
I'm trying to remember the argument, because it was the other treasurer. Because we don't buy them as a set, like they're constantly moving, and they're not, like, it's not like we buy 23,
No.
like, the collection as a whole is not, we buy like one at a time, or we get rid of, and it's a constantly moving, ongoing thing, so there was a whole reasoning of why they didn't agree that it should be capitalized, but I have to go back and find that. I don't know, that's not your. That was the treasurer thing, so I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, and the other question I had, I just noticed that deferred revenue and facility rentals are 35,485. I just wondering why they're not 40,000 in each case, actually. I'm just
That I
curious.
have to look back on, I'm not sure.
Okay,
Anybody else have any questions or queries?
I'll check on that and I can answer that at the next meeting.
Thanks, Kelly. Anything else? Jumping out, Jane?
just, I think the capital was all just, I think we already went over that. That was all the stuff that was done for the Connect Center last year, Connection
Yes.
Center? Okay, thanks.
And I believe we got a grant. What was done last year? We did have a grant for something last year as well. I'll double check. I think we had the 2024 grants as well.
My question.
Okay, thanks, Jane. Thanks, Kelly. And thank you for getting that report for that period 13. So is everyone in favor of accepting this motion? Yes, all in favor? Great. Thank you. All right. Presentations and reports, the library activity report. Kelly?
So as noted, we secured a collaboration
We
with
have to
Meta
move it
Employment
first.
Services.
Oh,
hang
even
on.
before she shares?
Yep.
Okay,
Oh, that's
sorry about that. Okay. We need to move that the Renfrew Public Library Board accept the library activity report as information. Jason, thank you. And second, Donna, thank you. Okay, Kelly, sorry about that.
So, yeah, as noted, we have a new partnership with Meta Employment Services. So they help people, it's a partnership with Employment Ontario. They help people looking for work. So they've actually provided a tablet and stuff. And what happens is people can set up appointments through them and then come into the library, and they are put in the room with the computer and everything, and then they're able to get employment help through Employment Ontario. They have reached out to several libraries in Ontario, and they found it's been a really good partnership. So they'd asked if we were interested, no cost to us, and it's just another service we're able to offer. The SenSource door sensors have finally been installed. I have not had a chance to work with Maggie yet to see what the reports are, but I know when I was researching this one that we're able to see an awful lot on it, and it does graphs and it does all kinds of fancy stuff. So it'll be really good. We're going to start bringing reports forward as we get more information a couple of months in. Staff, minus myself, unfortunately, did attend the staff training day on May 9th. It was a good day. There was lots of stuff done. Different topics covered, and I know the library staff said it was a valuable time, and it's just nice for the library, again, for the library staff to be included in this kind of stuff now, which is great.
Can I comment on that? Because they actually started work, because I believe your strat plan is due in 2025. So they started preliminary suggestions and ideas of a new strat plan and stuff like that. So
Yeah, nice. And we did at the last staff meeting, brainstorm, start brainstorming on what we feel the library is, what they feel it is, what we should be providing for services. Started the discussions on what's working, what needs to change, who are we and what do we provide? So it was a really good discussion at the staff meeting as well. So Anna, one of our students, has submitted her resignation. So the student page position is currently out. And then we're losing Derek at the end of the summer, who's going off to post-secondary. So we're gonna be hiring another student. So before the summer's out, both of our students will have left, and we would have a couple more. The early literacy planning and everything is going really well. The Early On Child and Family Center joined Susan at the Children's Department again. We had 47 children and parents. And that's always a very successful partnership. We continue over the summer. We'll be continuing with the Let's Talk Science, the Kid Librarian, and the Hands-On Tuesdays. So hopefully that'll bring some children in over the summer. Usually at coming near the end of the year, we get more class visits, so we'll probably see those amping up in the coming month as well. The adult program is going really well. A neat thing that they've started doing is using Facebook Live. So they used it for the gardening chat, and then they put the other video out talking about the community garden. And it got a ton of views. So I know they did it with I think they did it with our travel program that we had last week. So it's just a way for people who can't get into the building to be able to have access to the information in the program. So we're going to do that for certain programs. The Web Developer Bootcamp, 6 people have signed up. It's like I believe it's a year-long commitment, but you actually come out of it knowing how to code and have a career in coding. So it's a new, our Fiero club that we started doing this for adults because it's a huge gap. They need people desperately, and there's not enough people in the States. They were saying because it's an American company, they have American stats, but you start out making 80,000 a year American, and there's tons and tons of room. So 6 people have dedicated themselves to learning the skills and seeing if they can break into the market.
Is it free?
Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
that's really
And we're also one of the pilot libraries.
great.
So which has been
Fantastic.
great. Teens and tweens going really good. The confidentiality presentation was great. We had 25 children from Central. We're hoping to get more using Fiero. I think it's maybe do some videos or something on promoting it better. One of the things we have been talking about at the staff meetings is marketing, and how we need to kind of up our marketing game a bit. The Renfrew Organizers Committee is meeting. They met April 8th. They're actually meeting again, I want to say beginning of July, end of June. So that's all people kind of in the area who run programs so that we're not duplicating and stuff. So it's a great partnership. So a neat thing, the teen mock job interviews, I forget, we have like several teens already signed up to do this, which I thought was pretty cool. I wish I could remember the number. Janet told me last week, but I was very impressed. I want to say it's like close to 10 teens have signed up to do this, which is pretty great. The speed friend making, we have a fair amount signed up for that one as well. That happened on the 18th. I didn't get an update on that one though, which we'll have to look at. I don't know if there's any questions or comments.
Kelly, I have a question. With the job support under the Ontario umbrella, can people also book that room and have a virtual interview there privately? Like, is that also, or is it just about job searching?
So that program is just support around finding employment and
Okay.
stuff. But anybody can book the room to come in. We've had many people use our rooms to come and do a job interview over, virtual job interviews.
Okay.
So we
okay.
have, because we have, like 10 Chromebooks and stuff like that. So yeah, we've had a lot of people use the facility to do interviews over the years.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Anyone else have any comments or
No,
questions?
just a lot going on. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Oh, sorry, I should also say the summer guide came out today. So if you go, it's gonna be shared, I think, on the library site. I'm not sure if Emily's in today, probably tomorrow. It's already on the Town of Renfrew site and the socials as well. So all the library programs are also in there. And there's lots of stuff coming up.
There's lots of
Excellent.
participation.
Agreed, it's great, Donna. Yeah, thank you. Okay, all in favor of accepting this, this information as presented? All in favor, great. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, and moving on to our monthly stats. Again, we need a motion that the Public Library Board accept the statistics as information. And I have Jane, thank you, and Donna, thank you. All right. Any questions, queries, concerns, thoughts? No?
All looks good.
It all looks good, very straightforward.
Numbers
Yes.
are up again, I wrote this note.
Yes, I noticed that too. It's nice to see.
Mhm.
Nice to see new library cards as well in almost all categories. It was
And
great.
just to note too, the number of website visits, we switched to visits instead of views because it's more accurate as to how people, Maggie had actually brought this up, that it's more accurate for people that actually interact with your page, whereas views, they may just be passing by. So the visits are actually people who stay for, click on the site. So you'll see for this year and last year, I was able to get visits. Before that, it's views. So if you're saying it's not actually a big drop in the last 4 years, it's just we were looking at two different things.
Right.
So we are actually up from visits from last year, so.
Looks good.
And a shout out to our volunteers, 51 volunteer hours, six volunteers in the month of April. So really appreciate all the time and commitment people donate to the library.
Mhm. Anyone else for that? No? Okay, all in favor of accepting the information as presented and read? Great. Thank you. Okay, new business. We have 3 items on the agenda and 1 addition as amended. Okay, the first one. That the Public Library Board accept the attached job descriptions as presented. So these are staff job descriptions. We need a motion. Need a motion.
I see them.
Thank you, Donna.
Yes.
And seconded, Jane? Thank you. Okay. Any conversation around this?
So these have been in place for a bit. We just realized they had not been officially approved, so we could get them in the policy manual and uploaded. During the staff performance evaluations, I asked all staff to review and comment with any issues they had with them or things that didn't match. Only one staff member got back to me, so the staff have had a chance to review them and comment on them. I don't think I'll go through each one.
No,
They're
no,
quite long.
no
So if
need.
anybody has any particular questions or concerns, I'm happy to.
And we did have them in advance and had an opportunity to
Yes.
read. Yes.
I just had one question. That was, now that we have an assistant CEO and a CEO, do we have to have separate categories for that?
So the chief librarian is on here.
Mhm.
So that is Maggie's,
Okay,
and my job description is still being developed, I believe.
okay, all right.
Yeah, so
this
once
is
it
Maggie.
comes, I will present it because it'll include the library as well as my other duties, and then I'll bring that to the board once I have a draft.
Okay.
And you guys can amend it as you see fit.
Excellent. Any other thoughts, anyone? No? So all in favor of accepting the attached job descriptions as they were presented? All in favor? And passed. Okay, and our next item is the board evaluation template. So we have a motion, we need a motion that moved that the Public Library Board accept the updated board evaluation template presented below with requested edits and use it during the 2024 board evaluation process. Can I have a move? Over? Jason, seconder? Thank you, Jane.
So I went out to a few libraries and organizations, brought back kind of what I saw repeated in different ones. Put together what I sort of thought would work, and then obviously whatever changes or edits. Or we scrap it completely, which is the other option, and we can start over, or use the old template, totally up to you, but I kind of put this together and just to sort of update what we had previously.
So it's very similar to what we have done.
Yes,
And it's in keeping with what other library boards are doing,
yes.
correct? And thank you for that research and doing this. Any thoughts, questions, concerns, worries, ideas? No? Looks good. Yeah, it does look good. All right, so all in favor of this motion? All in favor? Thank you.
So can I just ask, do we want to put this one on the agenda? Like, does the board want to do their self-evaluation wait until September, or?
We could
Wait until September?
wait until September. Timeline is getting a little tight and we don't meet in the summer.
Yeah,
And I don't know that there's a big rush. Does anyone ever
It's
thought?
for 2023 though, isn't it? Basically
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Yes.
So it doesn't take that long to do so. Does it make sense to do it in June and then?
it's done for.
Yeah, we could do it
2023.
either way. Anybody else have a thought?
I agree, yes. Jane.
Okay, all right. All right, so does anyone object to it being done in June? Like, everyone, no? Okay, everybody's okay with it? Then let's do it in June.
So I will send it out to everybody in a Word version. Is that,
Or we can just use these.
okay, we're okay with, okay. If anybody needs it in a Word or wants to do it on their computer, just let me know and I can just send the.
I would like it in a writable version.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Lauren?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're
Do
sending
you
in
need
Word,
it
then
do you need it sent in advance to collate?
Pardon?
Do you need it in advance, like everybody to send their self-evaluation in advance, or will you discuss it at the board meeting?
The board usually discusses it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
goes to.
It goes to me, it goes
Goes
to
Tracy.
me, to the chair, right? It's submitted to me.
It can be, yeah.
I think that's how
what
it's
we
been
did
done in the
before.
past.
Okay.
That's just past practice.
Okay, there we go. And yeah,
All right. And then we will discuss it, absolutely. All right, so all in favor of, we'll do it in June, and Kelly will send out the e-version that's writable. And we will then talk about it
Okay, so,
ourselves at, Jane, yes?
okay, I was just going to say, so we will, when we get it, we'll do it and just forward it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that
So-
acceptable to everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone's nodding yes? Okay. All right, so I just want to summarize. So, we'll go ahead, Kelly.
sorry, I just want to say, if Donna, if you want to drop yours off,
Yeah, I
you
was
can
gonna
leave it at the library, if you
Yeah.
don't mind picking. it up
Not
the
at all. I
library.
don't mind
Perfect.
at all, Donna.
Okay.
My pleasure. Yeah, and anyone else who decides to do it on paper, absolutely. Okay, so we'll do it in June and we'll submit it to me and I'll pick up or receive electronically. And then we will discuss at a later date. All right,
That's good.
are we good? All in favor of that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, the next one, library CEO evaluation. So we need to make a motion that the library board chair work with a member of the Renfrew County HR department who is contracted by the town of Renfrew to develop an evaluation process for the library CEO. Can I have a mover, please? Jane, thank you. And seconder, Jason? Okay, excellent, thank you. Okay, anybody have any questions, thoughts, queries? All right, I do. So this is new, correct, Kelly? And this is new based on changes in the entire system. So I would just meet and discuss and
Yeah, so
go
Brady is
over
willing to work. So Brady's our HR, right now, our HR designate. And he is willing to work with you to come up with a evaluation process. Like they just came up with one for the CAO and all that.
yes,
So that's kind of his forte.
great. And it's in keeping with what's going on anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, to make a more thorough process that'll be valuable for the members and for
Exactly. And
management as well. So he's more than happy, whether it's a Zoom, he'll do a Zoom or whatever to call and chat about it. And then I figured then if you want to put something together, or he'll usually put it into a draft and then you can bring it back to the board and
excellent.
discuss it.
And that was my next question. So
Yeah.
then I would subsequently bring back a draft
Yeah,
for discussion
Yes.
and then, okay, fine tuning. Okay, excellent. All right. And I'm very flexible to work with him. No problem.
I will put you two in touch by email
Perfect.
and go from
And
there.
we'll set it up and go from there. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions about that process? No, we're good. Okay, so all in favor of moving forward with this motion? All in favor? Okay, thank you. All right. The next was our amended added agenda item. And it is regarding the May 15th first aid training day. And as per the Red Public Library Board policies, we are permitted to have, in certain situations, we are able to pass a motion and vote electronically through email. And we did do that. And it was time sensitive, and that was why we did it, this time sensitive. So basically, the library staff were invited to participate in a first aid day. A second day option wasn't available. I did ask about that. So it really did make sense to close the library and for that one day. So everybody voted and approved it. So thank you for that. So we just needed that in our minutes and an explanation and an understanding of that.
And I'll just add that we realized that everybody except one
Two,
or two, yes, maybe
yeah,
two,
two,
needed their first aid.
yes,
So it just makes it like updated, sorry.
exactly.
So this now it's good now for 3 years or
3 years.
whatever it is, yeah, so
So
I
this
mean,
this is not the 1 year annual, this is the 3-year
Yes.
intense full day
Yes.
training.
and then they do the other portion online, so they did their portion online and then did their person in person with the rest of the town staff
Yes.
who required it, so it just kind of made sense to get everybody
Exactly.
done. And
And if other options had been available, they would have been considered, but they were not available. I did query that. So good decision all around and everybody's trained.
Yes,
Yes. All right, so all in favor of accepting,
We don't have to do.
we don't
motion.
have to do a motion. Oh, that's right, because we did it on email.
Mhm.
All right, so it's just going to be noted in our minutes then. Is that correct, Colleen? Okay, great. We wanted to make sure that that was good. All right. I now need to make a motion that the Renfrew Public Library Board convene in closed session with authorized staff remaining in the room pursuant to the following section of the Public Libraries Act, RSO 1990, section 16(1)(4)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual. So may I have a motion to go into close, please? Donna, thank you. And seconded? Jane?